Polaroid, one of the early founders of instant printers and instant cameras, is now back with the Polaroid Zip, an $130 Bluetooth and NFC-enabled pocket printer that works with any Android or iOS smartphone or tablet. Hey guys, here are OS Reviews. You're watching our interactive unboxing and review. Now, the Polaroid Zip is not anything new in concept. In fact, we've already seen something called the Polaroid PoGo printer, which basically has the same functionality minus the NFC that's currently selling on Amazon for roughly the same price of around $130. Although the Zip is a bit smaller, lighter, and has NFC on board, so your phone can be more easily paired with the printer itself. It uses 2x3-inch photo printouts, which range between $15 to $30 depending on the size, and you have to purchase these separately, and it uses Zink technology, which stands for zero ink. Essentially, the actual paper itself is packed with ink already, and whenever it's applied to heat using the printer, the images are printed out onto the sheets, and this is why the printer itself can be so small and compact. Taking a look at the design of the packaging here, it's pretty discreet. Again, it uses Bluetooth and it works with both Android and iOS. You need to have an application to first download it on your phone or tablet before you can use the product, and it's actually made in Korea. Basic info can be found on the back. There are no specifics on the resolution, which can be found on the website. So we will find out in this review whether or not the images are up to snuff. So in here we have the printer itself, and down below we have access to a micro USB port for charging the printer itself, which is good because the PoGo printer actually used a proprietary port for charging, which was a bit of a nuance. And there's also 10 Zink Paper sheets included inside of the box. Taking a look at the design of the Zip printer, it's a very glossy build, and we have the white version here for review purposes. It's a bit of a fingerprint magnet just because of the sleek, attractive piano surface, which is again very glossy. There are rounded corners, which makes it very easy to take with you when you're traveling or on the go. On the front, you have access to the Polaroid logo embedded, and you also have the Zink logo as well. Again, technology has been around for a few years now. There's access to a reset pen as well as a charging LED indicator, the micro USB port for charging, and on the other side, there's a power on-off switch. On the back, you have access to the part where the actual images will come out from, and I can slide the top lid off to reveal the compartment for storing the Zink papers, again 2x3. So the paper itself is a little bit on the smaller side of the spectrum, but you can use it for your wallet. And the whole idea of an instant printer is still quite appealing even in 21st century in 2015. And that's basically the design. Very simple and easy to operate. So first of all, I'm going to give this a quick power up. I'm going to press on the power key there for a few seconds. We have a LED that's starting to flash that shows us that Bluetooth is now turned on. I'm going to now pair it using my phone. I'm going to turn NFC as well as Bluetooth both on. I have the LG G Flex. I've gone ahead and already downloaded the application. Now, Polaroid is also selling a subscription service where you can purchase packs of the Zink paper, which will be delivered to your door every month, and you can sign up for maybe $15 per month if you plan on using this long term. It's pretty simple to navigate around. There's a quick print mode, which you can select between taking an image instantly using the camera or going to the gallery. One limitation is you can't print anything off from the internet directly. So if you want to print something off from maybe the New York Times, you have to save the image or the page first and then use the printer to access the gallery that way. So that's something that the company can work out in the future. There's also a edit print mode, which you can edit your pictures, secret view. There's a collage that you can add, printing out business cards, name cards. My Zip, tapping on this gives you a brief tutorial where you can turn on the NFC, the Bluetooth on your printer, and pairing it that way. Go into more settings. Right now we're disconnected. We can connect it in a moment. Learning more about your printer and the application, and you can buy more paper directly from PolaroidZip.com. You can also tap on Help for a digital tutorial and a user manual that is in a digital quick test shot. I have picked out one of my photos from my gallery. I'm going to close up this guide. This is the photo that I want. I can also change the orientation to flip it, change the borders a little bit, number of prints, and also crop the image if I want to. And finally, when I'm done, I'm going to tap on the print key down below there. And after a few seconds, it's going to send the image using Bluetooth to the printer. And once you're connected, basically it's going to remember the status of your phone or tablet, and each time that you turn the actual printer on, it's going to automatically connect. So it's pretty easy in that regard. I think that printing out images takes around, I would say, a minute and 30 seconds to complete. Kind of depends on your connection. And right now it's going to send the image. Afterwards, it's going to print it. The bar is going to go all the way to the right. And after a few seconds, the printer should process it and then print it out. So it's definitely not instantaneous like some of the older Polaroid instant cameras, in the sense you take the shutter and then the image can be pulled out basically right away. This takes a little bit of time because of that Bluetooth, but afterwards you can hear a bit of a humming. It's pretty quiet. It doesn't have to be completely still. You can kind of shake it around, maybe even move it if you're in a car or a train, and it should work just fine. So right now it's heating things up and the image will pop out once it is finished. And all I can say that, from the brief quality I'm taking a look at right now from the photo is it's good, but it's still not as good as an actual, printout from maybe somewhere like going to Walgreens or maybe to Costco to print something out. So the equipment here, you can see there's a bit of discoloration. Sometimes the color saturation isn't always accurate, but the detail is definitely there. And so the cool thing about the Zink printouts is it's also taking a look, this is what the photo looks like, very up close up. You can see the detail is definitely there. And for something you want to pop into your wallet or something of that purpose, maybe on the back of your phone on a dashboard, it definitely works nicely. You can give it to friends and family. It's a pretty cool gimmick and also a conversation starter. And it certainly has its uses, although again, the photo quality is not, outstanding. The photo here can also be peeled back. So on the back, we see that Polaroid logo stitched on there, and I can peel the back off. It's actually a sticker, which is nice. And afterwards, I can kind of attach it onto perhaps a fridge or something like that. So for example, I have a Bluetooth speaker over here, and I'm just going to pop it maybe on the very back of this. So I'm going to put it up like this and then press it firmly, and afterwards it should stay in place pretty nicely. So you can see it's pretty easy to kind of decorate your appliances also with your photos that you want to print out. It's a little bit glossy, but it isn't too reflective out in the sun, which is good. And so overall the photo quality is pleasing, and the photo papers are a little bit expensive, but they're not too bad. You can always opt for the subscription plan if you plan on using it long term. Some other neat tricks I wanted to show you guys really quick regarding the app. If you tap on My Zip one more time and click on Device Manager, you can learn a bit more information. Now, sometimes there's some software updates which it's going to prompt you to go through. There's occasional sluggishness with the application that you'll need to note. So in this case, there is a firmware update which promises to speed things up, so expect your photos to print out a bit faster. If you don't want to do that, you can also check out the battery status from your actual printer on the phone. You can take a look at your power off mode. After 5 minutes, the printer will shut off automatically. The exposure, the print number of pages in there, and the number of pages that's printed, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty intuitive and easy to use. Taking one last brief comparison between the PoGo printer and the Zip printer, you can see that the new Zip printer is much smaller around the corners and also in terms of the width, so it's a bit more portable. I'll put this over here. The PoGo is crafted out of metal though, so the construction quality is a little bit better, and also you had a USB port if you wanted to plug in a camera, whereas on the Zip printer it only has Bluetooth, so you can only use smart cameras or your phone or tablet, so that's one limitation to note. Otherwise, it's a pretty fun printer. Maybe not the most practical product in the world, but I think it does its job nicely and overall definitely works as advertised. To check out more information about the Polaroid Zip photo printer, check out our official written review on our website. Thanks for watching this interactive video review here at OS Reviews.